Just the two of us.
What inspires the lyrics that you guys write?
A good horror movie.
A good horror movie?
Yeah.
What's the greatest horror movie of all time?
That's a tough one. See, I think a lot of horror movies are funny. I think The Shining's hilarious. I think The Exorcist is hilarious.
Do you think The Shining is about the faking of the moon landing?
Probably.
I've heard that one before.
I have heard that.
There's a YouTube documentary about like he wears like the rocket ship sweater. I've never seen the movie, but Room 432 I think it's called, or it's Room something.
Yeah.
Because there's like a number that repeats as well that was associated with NASA. Who knows? Kubrick had a lot of inspirations at the time, and certainly was a genius. So whatever he did, there was a rhyme and a reason to it, and a good one at that. What about you guys? Do you just sort of throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, or what's the aesthetic you go after? Is it on purpose or is it accidental?
Yeah, definitely both. You stumble upon different aesthetics and roll with them.
Are there different artists of any type of art, or different musicians that really give you guys inspiration that you try to improve in your own music?
I listen to a lot of older shit.
What's that?
I listen to a lot of older stuff.
Older stuff? Okay, each of you, what's the greatest band of all time?
That's impossible to answer.
Okay, what's the great band, up there for you? Top 10.
What's a great band?
Yeah.
I like Pile.
Pile?
Yeah.
Never heard of them, but I'm sure they're good if you like them.
Thanks.
What about you? Same answer. You do hard to pick a favorite. All right, so
it changes every day.
Right. So who would you say you guys sound like? You're post-punk, but what's the genre of music you guys play? I mean, not the genre. What are the artists that are like sound alike to you guys?
Oh, that's tough.
I was on a Nick Cave kick beforehand.
And the Bad Seed.
I was
birthday party.
Yeah.
Also,
I was meaning to bring up Nick Cave. I think
You got a little Nick Cave vibe going to you.
Cool.
The visually, yeah.
I love him. Yeah. I mean, Seth's been into him, but I've like really gotten into him the past like year or two.
Yeah, I love his music as well. And of course, do you guys like the movie Dumb and Dumber?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. He did the
Red
soundtrack.
Right Hand,
the Red Right Hand.
Yeah.
And then I just heard the story about Nick Cave the other day about how he played at some famous person's funeral, did a whole beautiful set, even wept during it. But then because he's like old style classy guy, he's like don't release it. It was an amazing set apparently.
I don't know that.
Yeah, look it up. Nick Cave plays at funeral, and apparently it was like a very touching. Everyone remembers it, but he's like, don't put it out there. They recorded it and everything.
That's
so
cool.
Yeah. He's a true artist. You know.
Oh yeah.
And so who are other true artists to you guys?
Nirvana.
Speaking of Club 27, two of you are 27. You in the middle are 28, right?
Yeah.
So one of you said earlier, there's no credence to Club 27. It doesn't exist. So that's a good thing. Here's to 28 years for the two of you guys on the end there. All right. So what to expect when people come to your show? Maybe people haven't seen you; they're watching online right now. What should they expect at a January Man concert?
Aggression.
Oh, really? You're like a hard rock,
Energy.
Maybe more energy than aggressive.
Eclectic energy.
Do you play with a double bass pedal?
No.
Oh.
Maybe one day. Maybe if the music calls for it.
I used to play in a band with a guy. He had a double bass pedal. He was like a really, really, really good drummer because he used to be in a hardcore band. Mm-hmm. And he used to literally have to chart out the songs where to breathe. That's how crazy he was. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But do you play with triggers?
No.
Yeah. So you guys are very true to form. You guys consider yourself an analog band? No digital tube amps you guys play with or solid state?
Yeah, I mean it's mostly just kind of trying to keep it in the vein of just guitar heavy.
You like a Fender Mustang and you like some Japanese bass?
Yeah,
Teisco, and then you had the Ludwig kit.
Ludwig kit, Zildjian cymbals.
Zildjian.
Yeah.
probably, is there a lot of fuzz, distortion? Like what effect do you hit the most? You know,
Probably flanger and fuzz.
flanger and fuzz. You know, what pedal? If you want to divulge, give away your secrets as a magician of music, what pedals do you use?
I use just I don't know.
What about you?
I use the Boss chorus and
Really, as a bass player?
yeah, and I have an Aryan like distortion fuzz.
Okay.
Plastic. It's in plastic.
Do you affect your drums, or just they're as the Lord meant them? You know, right from the drum heads and cymbals.
I mean, yeah, like live there's nothing going on, but on record we've definitely put like a low pass filter.
Okay.
And like I think there's one, well, it doesn't exist anymore, but there was one song where I think we put like flanger during like a fill.
Now, was that trying to go for like a vintage or a modern sound? Would you say that low pass filter?
I don't know. What were you going for?
I don't know. I'm not up on the.
I'm the one who record. I've recorded. Like,
or no, I guess that's more of a high pass. No, that'd be a high pass on that.
Oh, you record all the music?
I mean, I've recorded about like half.
So you guys self-record. You're a true indie band. What do you guys record on, if you don't mind me asking?
It's been like different every time.
Yeah.
Like we've done, like the album that's actually out. It was kind of hybrid.
Yes.
So it was like using old like mixers and mixing on that, but it's also recorded onto a computer.
Yeah.
So everything was going in and out, back in.
So, like what do you call it? Like interface then, basically, was like the
interface
main...
out into junk, back into interface.
Yeah. That's kind of the new way of the current era way of recording. You guys are younger than me by like a generation or half a generation. What's the future of music? What's the future of recording, or anything you can talk about? You know, because you're kind of right there. You're the youth generation. You're the prime of your life. You know, what's coming down the pike artistically?
I mean, it's always changing, and like there's like 80,000 songs being uploaded on Spotify every day or something crazy.
Wow.
So like it's extremely saturated. I don't think anyone knows. I think attention spans, there's two types of listeners. There's the one that's like really ADD and like really singles and playlist driven, but there's also like quite a few people that are like still buying vinyl albums and like listening to stuff in its entirety.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that they're definitely that number is much smaller than like the singles playlist people, but like, and there's nothing wrong with being either, but I mean, we definitely are more albums people, but like, people's attention spans are pretty screwed up right now.
You want people to listen to your whole. When people buy your album online or in person at a show, do you want them to listen all the way through? Like, what's the proper way of experiencing a January Man record?
Front to back.
Front to back. And do you guys have any singles out right now, or are you a single-focused band, or just kind of whatever comes to mind?
Well, the one that's out's it's the first full length, so.
Yeah, we did a lot of EPs previously.
Yeah.
And we scrounged up the gumption and into the album world, and now like we don't have any plan on turning back. So
great. Yeah. So where can people find you online right now?
All socials, most of the big streaming sites.
Just type in January Man on all the social media. They can find you there.
January Man Band.
January Man Band, because of the movie by the same name. What's the origin story of the name of your band? Is it the movie?
Yes.
What's the movie about, and why was it a good movie that you named it, or a bad movie, or kind of both?
A little bit both. I thought it was good.
So it wasn't a joke, or it was serious, or a little both of that as well?
I just liked the aesthetic that came, like, you know, it's a movie, but when I thought about the name detached from the movie, it had like a nice like imagination to it. So it's like, fuck it, let's use that.
What is a January Man, if you can answer that question?
I guess going back to like the horror thing, it's just kind of like the person that you don't see their face. They got the glove on their hand. They pull out their, I don't know, little razor blade. But it's a lot of things. January's the first month of the year. It's new
I
beginnings.
think young, you know, like
New beginnings.
yeah.
But it's cold new beginnings, not bright
Oh, there you go.
beginnings.
Now, what are you guys trying to? Oh, I love this light right now, man. You guys are, it's like the golden hour right now. What are you guys trying to leave for the folks at home? Like, what's the message to the people that your art is trying to convey, or what's the message of your band, or what are you guys trying to put out there into the world with what you're making artistically?
I guess trying to be relatable in the nuances. Trying to give, I don't know.
Yeah, an outlet for the weird. I don't know.
That's good.
We definitely fly the freak flag, but the freak flag's
What?
cool.
So
Freak flag's cool.
That's right. So where do we expect to see you next time? Where are your upcoming shows, if you want to plug any?
We're in Ferndale next week, and then we're in Lansing the week after, and then we're back in Toledo a couple weeks after that.
And then how do people, like, how can they support you if they want to, like, they're so inspired they want to give you guys money, buy your merch, or, you know, do you have a Venmo, Cash App, or merch online, iTunes?
Just come to a show and talk to us.
Okay.
Buy
Do you guys have more than just a CD? Do you have like merchandise, you know, like pins, buttons, stickers, t-shirts?
Sometimes we have t-shirts.
T-shirts, long sleeves, cassettes.
Cassettes. Wow. All right. Well, to finish up, I want each of you, one, you know, each on your own, to leave the folks at home with a piece of wisdom. Each of you leave a one piece of wisdom for the folks at home. We'll start with the drummer on the right. Or if you want to let these guys go, we want to think about it. Whoever has it first. Well,
I
free for all.
got mine. Okay. Do what makes you happy. Do, you know, find something that makes you happy, and obviously make sure your bills are paid. But like I'd rather be poor and like be happy than rich and miserable.
Amen.
That's pretty much where be present, be in the moment. That's all I gotta say there. Yeah.
And the bass player in the middle, what piece of wisdom would you leave the folks at home?
Clean your produce after you buy it.
Amen. You know the FDA Dirty Dozen. At the top of that list is kale. Strawberries on there, surprisingly too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
And you, good sir, the Git Fiddle maestro here. What's your piece of wisdom for the folks at home?
Survive 27.
That's very specific audience you're preaching to there, but yes, that is wise advice for that audience and yourself. So I pray that the two of you guys, I hope I see you guys next year this time. You'll be definitely 28 by then, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Math is right. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. What's that?
Thank
You will be.
Yeah, man, that was fun. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys probably got to get going to your show. So.
What time is it?
It's like 6:30 or something.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me get your contact information because I gotta want to send this to you.
Just do you got Instagram?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Just
Yeah.
find our band on Instagram.
I mean, they're in the car, aren't they? Did you want a cassette?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, absolutely. If you want to just follow us